All right, it's day 3 at Overland Expo, Sunday. We're just gonna walk around, take a look at some tents, different tents, rooftop tents, ground tents, give you guys a little bit more info about what they got going on here. Welcome to trailspinTV.
There's actually some tents that I do want to see. They're kind of like igloo, and I heard that you can set them up and break them down very quickly. They're called Shift Pod.
All right, so I'm Brian with Shift Pod. Thanks for coming out to Overland Expo West. So we have here the Shift Pod 2. So you can see here, it packages up pretty small, about the size of a travel golf bag. It pops up to a full-size tent that's good for 6 people, sets up in about 60 seconds. There's no removable parts. So when you pull it out of the bag, you just push out the walls and you push up the roof. About 60 seconds, you're camping. It's pretty awesome. You'll notice the fabric is a little bit reflective. It's 6 layers. So it's got a couple layers for hot insulation, a couple layers for cold insulation, and a couple layers for sound deadening. So it's really a nice container. We've had it in a hurricane simulator, and it handled about 105 miles an hour with rain. So it's a really durable tent that goes up really fast. So you're welcome to go inside and check it out if you'd like.
So how does it work in terms of like popping it in and popping it out like this?
So to package it up and put it away, you push all the sides in, you push the roof down,
yeah,
and then you gather up all the legs together like a bear hug.
Yeah.
Put a strap around it, drop it right back in that bag.
Okay.
So takedown takes a little bit longer because there's
Yeah.
a lot of air in there you got to get out. So I leave mine at the door open to make life a little easier, but still you can have it broken down in less than 2 minutes.
Okay.
Put like a wood burning stove in here, or poured it out the top or anything like that?
We've not done that,
No.
but we have a customer that wants to use it for backcountry elk and moose hunting. So the windows zip in and zip out, so he wants to remove one and make a zip-in patch for his chimney. So the floor removes as well, so he's going to do it at the window that's closest to the floor.
I'm assuming with like all the extra insulation that you probably would have less of a problem with like condensation if you had like one of those like Mr. Buddy heaters or something like that.
We, if you're going to run a propane heater in there, we also have 2 air ports up high. They're filtered, so you can open those so you can still allow oxygen in without letting the heat out.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, in those environments, you don't want to have a window open. You don't really want to lose the warmth.
especially up top.
Yeah.
How much does the smaller one come in at?
The Mini is it's a 4-sided tent. It's rated to be a 4-person tent, but you know, like most 4-person tents, it's really like 2 adults in here or 2 adults and a kid. It is about half of the footprint, so this one's about 12.6 across. The Mini's about 6.4 across. Can't really stand up in the middle, but like most tents, you're sort of used to crouching in and crouching out.
Yeah.
So, but that one, the idea was size.
Now, how much does the smaller one cost?
The smaller one, the show price is $6.99. And this one, the show price is $12.99.
Cool. So are those both of those bags the this bigger one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how smaller is that 4-person?
It's significantly smaller.
Okay.
It weighs about 30 pounds. The bag is about this big around.
Okay.
And it's about 3.5 feet.
It's almost exactly half the size of.
Yeah. You basically just slice everything in half. It's cool. Pretty good assumption.
Cool, man. Appreciate you talking to us.
Yeah.
All right, Brandon.
Yeah. Enjoy your trip too.
I liked that product. That wins trailspinTV product of Overland Expo. It's different. It's cool. Yeah, the bag's a little bit big, but you know, this is different, and I like it.
It is super cool. I'm only laughing because Braxton is a clown sometimes, and he just makes me laugh. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. If you can fit that bag, I think that beats any rooftop tent or ground tent. It's definitely Innovation Award winner, TrailspinTV's Innovation Award winner of the year winner.
Cool. Winner year, yeah. These actually look. My sister would love these. My sister would love these. It's just like that whole interior.
That's surprisingly cool in here.
And since you stepped in this one, you got to step in the other one now because the other one has a double wall, we call it, and it's we unzip it and then raise the canvas wall. It's all bug mesh all underneath.
Oh, really?
Okay.
It's a lot cooler.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So how long does it take to set one of these up?
It takes about 15-20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my best time without pounding stakes in, just pushing them in, was 10 minutes.
Okay.
So.
And is that how that bag?
It's 96 pounds. This one's 96 pounds, and it gets in that bag. Yep.
Oh, that's funny that bag's smaller than the what was the Shift? Was it Shift?
It was
Shift
igloo.
Yeah,
ones.
shift pod.
Yeah,
thing.
shift pod.
Yeah.
The bag is actually smaller.
Really?
It's like one of the things I was like, wow, that's a really big bag for like such a.
Yeah.
Let's go on the smaller one.
Oh yeah, that's a big difference. You get a nice breeze through here.
Yeah. Look cool.
Yeah. Put like a wood burning stove in there, or
You can.
pellet
Yeah.
stove or something.
Yep, you sure can.
Wow.
Yeah, all of our tents come with a stove jack.
How much do they cost?
So this one is 1786
Okay.
with the double wall. It's 1986, and then this one is 1075. And if you want it in that size, it's 1155.
Okay.
Yeah, some alternative to rooftop tent.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's what we
we're
were
ground
saying.
tent guys. We don't use a rooftop tent. so-
Okay, cool.
That's what we were saying was like all here. People are like, oh, let's see rooftop tents in that. I'm like, they're all
Right.
the same.
Right. Yeah.
Like-
Yep. It's just a different name on
Yeah,
it.
Right.
different name, different color.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's why we like to come to the show and
Yeah.
offer a different.
because
take
yeah,
on it.
I like that's why I like the other one. I like these because they're just different. It's
Yeah.
just like I don't want what everybody else has.
right. Right. Exactly.
But I definitely like how you have it set up in here.
Yeah.
My sister like would love one of these.
Yeah.
Like, she's-
With everything. Yeah.
yeah.
And it's a conical shape, so it also conversation is really easy inside.
Oh, nice.
A round tent, right? So
Nice. You can
it's,
stand up in it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, with the 10-foot pole, you got a lot more room to stand inside that one. That's an 8-foot pole, so yeah, it's. We throw events with this one. My wife and I run the business. We do music festivals and
Yeah.
weddings and corporate retreats.
Yeah.
And so we'll set it up like that picture there with a real queen size bed, mattress,
nice.
400 thread count sheets, and all that stuff. So it's
That's cool.
it's pretty cool. Yeah.
It is cool. So
We
you
enjoy
guys
it.
have been a Burning Man?
We have, yeah. That's one of our events each year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I appreciate you talking to us.
Yeah,
man.
no
It's good
problem.
Stuff.
Appreciate it.
Have the
Thanks
rest.
a lot.
Enjoy the
Have a
rest
good
of
time.
the trip.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot. Yeah.
This is Free Spirit Recreation of pop-up tents. What is this?
This is for a dog.
Is that for a dog?
Probably for. What's going on? Oh, I bet it's on this.
Is this? Is that for a dog?
Is a Roscoe rooftop tent?
Yeah, he said he wants one of those.
It's got boots. Boots holes. Maybe it's just storage.
No, you can put a dog in there.
You definitely could put. I don't.
Oh, he does those.
You want to lift Roscoe up and put him up in that tent.
We found a rooftop tent for Roscoe.
I don't know how it'd get him in there. I guess he could just walk right up in there.
Maybe on the other side? I don't know. Is this for an animal?
Well, that was really for a sales display, but we brought it here
Oh.
because we were thinking I bet people would just think go crazy for dogs.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening. So be on the lookout for a dog tent in the future.
Yeah.
Easy. That's easy engineering right there.
Yeah. Which, yeah, that's what I was saying. If it was like
Yep.
connected somehow, or if you just have like
Well,
a little.
actually, he's going to keep that. He's going to connect it to the windows,
he's gonna
and the dog will go turn
Right.
it around. And
Yeah.
be
Yeah, that's
right
really
there.
cool.
That's
yeah.
smart.
Coolest rooftop tent I've seen.
Yeah. That's a good time.
This rooftop tent above is $28.50. It's not bad for like these kind of. These like look really nice, and they look like they collapse down so it's flat, and you actually have roof. There's like a hard shell on top that you can actually still put stuff on. Not gonna put crazy heavy stuff on top, but something like that is really nice. I know that we've already released a trailer video, but it's kind of hard to see all the trailers because they all kind of look the same. But this one is actually pretty interesting because it has storage. The bed lifts up underneath here that you can see. It lifts up with the push of a button in the front, and you can have storage underneath here. Because the reason why the guy said he made it was because maybe it was raining and you have wet stuff outside and like rugs and stuff. Well, you can put it underneath here, and so the bed doesn't get wet, which is actually pretty interesting. And that's gfatrailers.com that actually has that trailer. It's actually pretty interesting. I like that. ARS rack systems. They have a rack in the back of the trailer bed or truck bed that goes up and down, as you can see, for your rooftop tent. We don't have a truck, so can't really say much on it. Seems pretty interesting because you can adjust it to how much gear you have and all that. Starchy. Look at this tent. It's like base camp.
Yeah, I guess you could.
Like, well, there's a cot right there.
Yeah, just give you kind of an idea of how big that is. It's probably 6 times the size of our tent.
I want to see it like folded up though. And they have rooftop.
Yeah, they got a little compound going on here.
Something like this is actually pretty cool because it's just massive, but you really need that much space for one vehicle? Maybe if you're with other vehicles and you have people hang out, but
More applies to like base camp. You know what I mean? Like somewhere if you're gonna be in one spot for a long time, you want space because you don't want to be right on top of each other. If it's 2 people, I could see using that for just us. If we were sticking around, I wouldn't want to pack that thing up every time. Or maybe it's easy to pack up. I don't know. Looks like the same concept as one of those batwing like awning type things with the attachment on the side.
Camp King imported by Sloop. It's another one of those hard top designs, which I like. They're not soft. I'm assuming if you want, you can put your solar panels up here. You can put other stuff up here. Since it does fold up like that and not straight up. Does people mount anything to the top of these?
Yes, you can. On this one, you can either use Rhino or Yakima or Thule. I mean, pretty much any of the kind of like the RCS channel. Running up the side, similar to what we have on the topper, the Camp King topper, and then you can do the load bars on it as well. So the tent itself, we have it wired for, there's a Deutsch, waterproof Deutsch plug on that. And then we have it going into the topper, which then goes into the Red Arc battery management setup. So all the tents come already pre-wired, whether or not we'll have it set as either solar or just the wiring on it. I was going to put these are kind of one-offs with the 120 watt Overland solar cells. I just have them mounted to the rack. The goal is I'll put them on the tent, on the next tent. But what I didn't want to do is drill a hole in the top of the tent.
Yeah.
So the next ones we bring over in about a month. We'll have a bigger plug, so I can run the solar through.
Right.
Because the system right now is running. Solar's going, it's a little backwards when you think about it right now, but solar's going into the tent, which is then coming back out. Instead of solar being on the tent, I didn't want to drill another hole.
Right.
So I have 2 tents here, and then there's another one on Prophet's Land Cruisers on their Red 79 series. But I've got 10 more coming in about a month. So, but yeah, solar as well as all the ignition leads going in for the. Got a little dirty, but there's 2 full river 115 amp hour AGM batteries in here, and then it's managed by the Red Arc BMS system. So ended up doing this one just to show the capabilities and capacity of Shane from totally 12 volt, and then obviously I have the full Red Arc battery manager on it as well. So yeah, it's like I can always simplify it for a build, but it's always better to kind of go bigger in a way.
Yeah.
And then we also have.
Where's Camp King? Camp King's based out of where?
Camp King itself is based out of Brisbane, so Queensland, Brisbane, Australia, and then totally 12 volt for all the electronics is a little north, about an hour north of kind of the city center of Brisbane. Just kind of the lights and the full light system. Keep it orange for the mosquitoes, fridge and all the lights and USBs and
So as it's set up right now, you don't ever have to start it to keep them as long as you're parked outside. Keep the fridge going.
Yeah, I mean the dust kind of affected us a little bit because the cells I washed them and they're dirty in 5 minutes. But hence wanting to have them on the side of the tent as well. Kept the truck US spec instead of a Hilux. Which would have been really easy because it's like, hey, you got a Hilux in Australia. So we did the Tacoma. But yeah, I had Camp King and we developed the canopy topper for the Tacoma, as well as we're going to do a couple other vehicles too. And then kind of the flagship as it stands is the Rooftop Tent that we created. The design for the Rooftop Tent is based on their Ute tray slide-on camper canopy. Similar to one where you can slide it on the tray and you can walk it to the back and then up. However, this one slides on full system of drawers and storage, and we climb a ladder on the outside. So, yeah, these are 2 weeks fresh to the U.S. market.
Okay.
They flew over on a United Airlines commercial flight. I slept in this last weekend at Moab, and it's great.
Yeah.
Zip it up, and one of the great effects of the Dynaproof canvas, these are both the same, is that it's dark inside. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah.
Yes, my kids can sleep in there.
I
Actually slept past 5.
Late Moab nights.
I know. It's like it's in the summer in July, and it's like 4:45 when the sun comes up, and like 9:30. So I slept like a baby.
Cool, man. I appreciate you talking to us.
Yeah, definitely.
You want to talk?
Not really.
This is Gfc Campers. Somebody asked to show this. There really isn't much to show besides the side panels all flip out, which is pretty interesting, and then it has a rooftop tent. That's a hard top, which is what I like. If I were to do something in a trail bed, I would want something like this, except, I don't know, I feel like the bars would get in the way. Expedition Overland, right? Expedition Overland has a cool camper that you could flip up and access stuff, but this is what this is.
I think there's a different concept to this because of the way that it's got like a roll bar. I think it's for weight or something like that. Probably why they're called Go Fast Campers. We don't really know because we haven't talked to them, but it is kind of cool to be able to sit down in your camper pickup bed.
Tepui Tents. Let's see. Ooh, I got a booger here. Tepui Tents. Let's see what they're all about. Oh, this is a tent and trailer.
This is kind of cool because it's really small, but I don't know. I just feel like it would bounce all over the place.
Tires are tiny, but got a Go Zero Yeti. Looks like a standard rooftop tent to me. This is the one with the hard shell. I would pick this over this, so I could put stuff on top. That's the reason. Look at all the features, guys. Wait. Look at all the features. You got a bed, you got a tent. What more can you ask for? So that was Tepui. Exciting, right? Rooftop tents. Get you one. You want to say anything about Tepui tents?
They're cool. High quality stuff. Heard they got great customer service. Tent and a memory foam mattress.
Do they have good customer service?
That's what I've heard.
Nice. Customer service is huge on getting things fixed. Getting bad customer service is what ruins a product, in my opinion, because everybody's making the same thing. If you have bad customer service. So a lot of the roof tents are the same. There's only really those two ground tents that we saw that were pretty cool. The rooftop tents, I didn't see one that just stood out, except for the Roscoe tent.
Yeah, the Roscoe tent, which was a prototype that these guys, which group was, I don't even remember because they all just kind of remind me of each other. But they had built a little tiny prototype to put in stores because the big unfolded rooftop tent was too big to put in a store. So they built this little tiny one and they had it mounted to the top of the roof. And we walked over and we were like, is that a dog rooftop tent? And the guy was like, funny you should say that. I think we're going to put these things out as either child or dog friendly rooftop tent. So that was pretty cool. Other than that, rooftop tent's a rooftop tent.
But if you're going to get one, get the hard shell one, the top hard shell, so you can put stuff on top of it. Here, I forgot to mention that we are in the middle of the Trans-America Trail, which is from coast to coast. We started in Cape Hatteras, North Carolina, and we're ending in Portland, Oregon. So, if you're a viewer here, if you're a new viewer, please subscribe, and you will see us continue this trip. We already have, I think, 17 videos up from this trip so far. We're going back to Trinidad, Colorado to continue. Yeah, take a look. It should be fun if you want to see more of this kind of content.